finally awake.
I want everybody to be dead. In this video, I am taking on an alternate timeline where Alduin took over the world and killed everybody. But not everybody. Because he started in Skyrim, and then the magic wizard people over in Winterhelm. Winterhelm? No, not Winterhelm. Dawnstar. They'll come to me in a moment. They created a magical space barrier mumbo jumbo, and therefore everyone in Skyrim has been blocked off from the outside world, so Alduin may have killed everybody in Skyrim, but there's still civilization out there, and I will try and figure out where that civilization is, and then, once I do find that civilization, I shall rise up and take back Skyrim from the hordes of the undead. Will I succeed? Either way, welcome to Skyrim. But everyone is dead. So I logged into the game. I was greeted by a sight so horrifying, I've been scarred for the rest of my life. But either way,
this is fine.
I came into the character creation screen and saw I was in a cave, so I immediately knew what I had to do next would be very important for the rest of this game. And so, perfect. Mindlessly beating up a tree for a bit, I decided to leave into a nice Skyriminese sunset light. Oh crap, I'm messing this up already. And of course I turned on survival mode because that's the point of this challenge. I just took a map from the drawer because obviously that's going to come in useful later. And then I proceeded to take everything from the chest. And this random guy just told me a bunch of stuff that I probably don't care about. Then please come with me, which drew me into uncontrollable rage. And I actually considered ending his life for his insolence. I started to spare him as he might be useful in bringing everybody back. And because I'm a good person. So instead I stole all his stuff, shoved a buck on his head, then I told him that I was going out for milk and I never came back again. But either way, our first order of business was to go to Falkreath. But being the idiot I am, I decided to go somewhere else. Except I didn't really know where, but I'd figure that bit out sooner or later. And after jumping off a cliff, putting on some pants and doodling on a map, I found myself at Falkreath anyway. I took a quick glance around and it looked a bit of a dump, which to be fair, isn't much change from the original. And I snuck in to what will be the greatest battle of all time. I'm not going to talk anymore because it's so awesome. Yeah, I ran away. I really am a bit of a aren't I? But hey, at least I wasn't followed, right?
Hello there.
Yeah, I ain't dealing with that. So I hurried over to Half Moon Mill. And, you may ask, why the hell am I at this mill? There's no need for wood. It's the post-apocalypse, for God's sake, you absolutely. But here's the thing. People here, they're vampires. They're undead. They don't have any souls. So I thought, yeah, they kill people. They won't have souls eaten by Alduin. Well. So after ingesting nutrients, I went to a random creepy shack in the woods. And immediately got jumped by a gang passing by on the road. I tried fleeing, but some other people tried jumping me and shooting me in the face. Honestly, I felt quite unsafe, to be honest. I tried to get into the house to free myself and try and find a way out, but it was empty. After doing a freaking Matrix-out move, I escaped over the hills. Now getting off that hill, I now kind of felt a bit lost, so I kind of kept walking because I didn't really know what else to do because I ran out of ideas for the video. I went over to a hunter's camp to see if he was still alive. Unfortunately, he wasn't, which was a shame, but I kept moving. And for the first time, I actually met a human being. Unfortunately, she tried to breathe my face off or melt it or something, so I didn't think she was a nice person. So I left because she made me feel uncomfortable.
I'm in danger!
Then I tried to heal myself after being viciously attacked. And a frickin' dragon attacks me like, Jesus Christ, can these people just leave me alone already? It's already bad enough I'm the only person alive that actually matters. Like, now they just wants to kill me. After struggling to get up a hill, the game informed me that I was tired. Not caring, I finally reached the White Run plain. I proceeded to spend like the next 5 minutes just wandering around these plains, because unfortunately there wasn't enough time in the video to include a walking bit, so I kind of sped this up out of sheer laziness, but here you go, here's me walking. Oh, and I also follow a wolf. Yeah, it wasn't that interesting. Yeah. Aren't you extremely captivated by what's going on right now? Like the video if you like this. And to all of you who thought that I'd be fighting something in this video, I'm sorry. I won't be, because it was late at night and I wasn't bothered. But here's some cool music and me running away instead. Now it's even more lost. You see how this video's kind of repeating itself at this point. I'm sorry, but it's only for this video, I promise you. At this point, myself was actually getting a bit bored. But I pressed on and made off this cabin, hopefully getting some sort of food or warmth. But here's the thing, it was fully intact. I was shocked myself, I did not expect that to happen. But hearing a dragon on the horizon, I immediately dived inwards because I was scared. But yeah, it was a full-ass house. Of course, I could have just seen if the person was still there, but being the nice and courageous person I am, I simply just took all their stuff, basically. Yeah, that's what I did. I just kind of took all their stuff and took some more stuff and took a bunch of stuff, really. I wasn't really paying attention to anything. But yeah, I took all their ingredients and food, plates, dust, and left, because I'm a nice person. Seeing another dragon on the horizon, I immediately dived back into the house, because I wasn't entirely sure what to do if I faced the dragon. So I quickly hid, but the dragon left and I was able to move on again. And so, after being driven north, I crossed the mountains in hopes of less dragon attacks. And because I wanted a bit more adventure, so I could freeze myself to death. I'm curious, fun, right? So after crawling around for a bit, I went up this mountain. Found this thing. Also, I kind of forgotten what it was, so I was extremely surprised when I saw all that below me. At the bottom, a furry growled at me, so I ran away. I stared at the map for a bit. Then I got lost again for some reason. And after running around for 10 minutes like a crazy person, I finally found a dragon hole. And with that, I knew exactly what I was going to do. Oh, and thanks to our very real, very definitely super duper, exactly real company and legitimate business, Liam's Chainsaws. Overgrown grass, overgrown bushes, ex-girlfriend, sort them out with Liam's Chainsaws. profitable for all ages to use, and bought by my good friend Liam's basement. But yeah, go to their website. That definitely doesn't exist, and this definitely isn't just a QR code sending you right to a Rickroll video at all. Hell yeah! I decided to go into the river, as it's the safest place unless attacked by zombies or dragons. I bashed some stuff together with a hammer and a bench. Then I couldn't make anything. I used all my nails. Then I froze to death. And to top it all off, I left in embarrassment. And single-handedly tried to remake the movie The Grey. Somehow. Then proceeded to run around like a maniac again. Kinda see how this video is getting a bit repetitive. Do you know that I like cheese? I bet you never knew that. But I'm not sure exactly what happened next. But I'm pretty sure I fought like 4 wolves off at once, so like 0 health. Like, it was pretty impressive. I'm like super impressed with myself. Like, this best action you're gonna get in this video right here. Now, considering you lot are probably bored out of your minds right now, here's a random Subway Surfers video. You can have it. Yeah, I don't mind. I'll just sit here, recording my voice, talk to nobody. It's a quite nice life, actually. It's not the worst, I guess. Then again, do I even have a life? Is it all contained in YouTube? So let's enough talk about that. Anyway, I reached the river. The big fish highway, motorway thing of the water that will take me to where I need to go. AKA somewhere. A tad bit downstream, I met to my first waypoint. The Voltime Towers. But there's nobody in there. It was actually pretty boring. I kind of just went around and left, but hey, this next part's there. Disclaimer. No YouTubers, real or fake, were harmed in the making of this video. Trust me. Everything that you're seeing here is AI generated. I trust to tell you that everything here is fake. This is exactly what happened, and this is exactly what I did. First try. No lies about it. I aced it. At this point, I felt really hungry. So, in thought of that, I decided to jump off. I then proceed to grab a fish with my bare hands, eat it, and nearly die. I'm living the dream, man. Living the dream. Oh yeah, I also looted a dead guy. I then proceeded to arrest myself because of a appealing part of the law, and I went to the nearby jail, where I then tried to get into a jail cell. I then jumped into a hole in the floor and escaped. Imperials really have bad architects, don't they? This next section is about swimming, so I will keep it brief. I went up a waterfall and instantly got up there with some superhero moves that I definitely did do. I definitely did not teleport up there. And I got attacked by a pack of deranged. And after being able to evade them after a long period of time, I swam to the nearest waterfall available. And yes, you probably hate this now, but yeah, here you go. This is another compilation of me running up a cliff. You're welcome. And after seeing this rabbit run for its life, I knew instantly I was on the right track. As I was climbing the mountain, I was actually wondering what the rabbit was running away from. And then he frickin' jumped me. Like, can I get a break? I then proceeded to get attacked by a wolf as well. They're in cahoots. And after escaping both of them, I got attacked by this guy. So I simply bashed him in the face and kept moving. So I began running away from everybody as I was quite annoyed at that point. Then I got attacked by even more wolves. It's like, So I basically just gave up and went up this hill because I wasn't really bothered as it was very early in the morning. Now I was all lost on the top of the mountain, and I was perfectly aware that I might have to kill myself. Then I found a strange cottage in the woods, and it wasn't just any cottage. It was the Red Water Den, the place where they sell drugs. Started to see if anybody survived. I immediately went there, and I found this guy. I don't exactly know what he sounds like that. So I hopped in and immediately got some skooma. Then I went to sleep. And with that, I had finally found civilization. And the story had ended. Goodbye. For now. Then I realized I'm in a drug den. with a bunch of vampires and drug addicts. This really ain't civilization, is it? That kind of messed up the rules of the challenge. So, have we haven't won yet? I thought about this for a moment, and I was like, 15 minutes is a bit short for a video, so I decided, I guess I'll continue. Get the views in. So I woke up to this music, and as soon as I was leaving, I instantly became starving for death. Eat your fruits, not your drugs, kids. And so I left. And then I left again. So I made my way to the ugly lady's house center of the lake. But it turns out everybody else was dead there as well. It's kind of unfortunate because I really wanted to have some sort of vague human conversation. But yeah, I kind of just walked around for a bit. The doors were locked, so there's nobody in there. I ate a bunch of stuff. And I felt less hungry? Less starving? Yeah, only like half starving, which is kind of vaguely better. So I jumped in the lake to check out Riften, where it looked like a dragon was bombing it. So I instantly thought there would be signs of human life if something's trying to bomb it. I snuck up to the gates of Riften, only to find that a bunch of other stuff was happening. I kept the music on because it looked cooler. By the way, ghosts were ruling the streets and fighting the ghouls, or whatever they're called. So yeah, that wasn't my fight, so I decided to leave. And now I was nearing the ending. The finale. The ending. But then these wolves tried to stop me. And because I came so far, there's no way I was going to fail now. I most likely quit the game immediately. So I fought them until the bitter end. Like every other wolf I faced, they went down with a fight. But yeah. But at this point I think I may have missed the entrance. I realised I was way too close to the border. Yeah, in frustration, I just wanted to go up to that gate and like punch it. Just to fuel my anger. But it turns out I could go through it. Now believe me, I was shocked as you were. But I was interested to see where the rest of this adventure would go. But it turns out it was a bit of a waste of time. It was just involved me walking down a hill for a very long time, while my game kind of lagged out for a bit because I wasn't supposed to be there. So there's basically a bunch of trees and it's super quiet. What are you saying? This is the volume in the game. Nothing has happened. Oh yeah, but then I fell off the edge of the map and into the water and died. The end. I'm just kidding. You really think I ended there? That'll be shocking. No worries. I literally just had to come back and I instantly teleported upwards. Ta-da! But now, what do? I found peace. There is nothing else I could do. There was no zombies here. I was safe. But here's the thing. I needed to finish the challenge. That was my duty. My purpose. So I instantly jumped off the cliff and back through the map as I was going to go back to where I came from. Back into the real world. I've finished this darn challenge once and for all. I charged up that hill for a bit because it was a pretty big hill. Yeah. But I did it. And so I looked back across the world I just left, and I went back to the cold, hard outside world. And it actually just turned out I just missed the entrance. And I kind of felt a bit embarrassed considering I went through all that just for nothing. But hey, entrance! So I met up with the guy at the gate and followed him through the zombie-free landscape. You're like, why do I keep going with the zombie? And met up with Isran in the tower, where he proceeds to give me the next quest to do. And then he gave me a projectile weapon. I then proceeded to cook everything in the castle and eat it all, which is probably very going to be beneficial for our survival later. And there you go. The end of the challenge, end of the video. I found 2 guys living in a big house by themselves. And yeah, I feel good. And that's yes for me, so yeah, goodbye. And I'm pretty sure it's never gonna come serious, so don't get your hopes up.